Let's dive into all of this right now. Welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show. Right here, baby, at 6 Scale Cantina. I love going old school every once in a while. The original intros when I first started this channel earlier this year. Are you kidding me? How are you all doing? I hope you're having a great week. I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk during this market chart show. Look, there's 26 days left as of this recording in December. And you have to wonder, is it possible that we're still going to get some announcements out of left field, like that clone trooper Jesse or that Captain Vaughn? You have to wonder. I think we are. And I think we're going to get some crazy live and raws coming up because of it. Anyway, I got my coffee. I got it in my hot little thermos here. Welcome to the Market Chart Show for this week. Hope you really enjoyed the last live show. The last couple of live shows have been epic. Loving just stretching out the community, having the different panel members are. Everybody in this community is pretty darn awesome. And having just a great time, being able to come on here and talk about toys, man. Talk about toys, talk about hot toys, which are pretty hot right now. But it's also really, really hot within the secondary market. And so like we do with every market chart show, we're going to go ahead and go to 6 Scale Cantina and see what's going on in the biggest movers section. And I'll pull this up. That'll be the first segment for this show. The biggest movers for this week. And to some of you, it'll be a surprise. And to some others, it won't be. But there's definitely some crazy, insane things going on right now for sure. So, go to 6scalecantina.com. If you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. Not only does it have all the secondary market trends for all Star Wars hot toys, whether they're trending up, whether they're trending down, whether they're steady, and what the secondary market value is with the market value chart. It also gives you the biggest movers for a particular week, which ones are hot and which ones are not. But it also gives you all the latest Star Wars Hot Toys news for sure. And not only for the channel 6 Scale Cantina, but for Star Wars Hot Toys. So obviously, as you scroll down 6 Scale Cantina, you'll get all the latest. If I'm coming up with a market show live or a live and raw, you'll see the banner right on the front, top of the page, like the epic live show from this past Saturday, December 4th. Top 10 2021 Star Wars Hot Toys. That was a fun one. If you didn't see that yet, go to 6scalecantina.com. Click on this link. What a great panel we had once again. And that was certainly a lot of fun. But scrolling down over here, you can see the latest news, breaking news, the latest that we have as of this recording anyway, is the quarter scale Mandalorian was released back on December 3rd. And you can click on right here. It'll take you to the final production photos at Facebook. So you could utilize that. But going to the biggest mover section, and you can see right here, wow, there are some real interesting things going on with the biggest mover section. And let me go ahead and kind of expand the view a little bit here so we can get a higher view on this. And look at what's in the top two columns. And look at that Boba Fett Deluxe 40th and that Luke Skywalker A New Hope and the Tarkin and Vader A New Hope. Let's go ahead and start with the Luke Skywalker figure from A New Hope. Are you kidding me? And this figure has been a slow burn up to the $400 tier range, the high 300s back some months ago, and then into the $400 tier range. But I think right now, the wind has been caught in the sails, and this thing is sailing off, my friend. And pulling up some of the recent data for Luke Skywalker, and I'll pull this up onto the screen for this particular figure. And you can see right here, back from November 28th, $445 with 12 bids. And this is a US seller, not including the $23.65 in shipping and 100% positive feedback, 218 100% positive feedback. Really, really good seller. Wow. Selling more continually, not only in the $400 tier range, but in the mid to upper $400 tier range, more often than not for this particular Luke Skywalker. Wow. So, again, this particular Luke is really, really hot right now. And thanks to Favreau and Filoni, really reinvigorated in the minds of Star Wars fans. But also in the biggest movers section is this particular figure, which all the Lukes in the secondary market, including the sequel Lukes, are all trending up and are hot. Yes, even the Hobo Luke is trending up. One figure is not. And it's this particular figure here. And this is going back from November 22nd. Just $280. Wow. And not the greatest feedback in the world here. And I didn't even use this to calculate where it's at right now. But with 8 bids and free shipping, only $280, but still pretty good feedback considering having 130. So this figure continually is crashing down. If you're looking to get a Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, as I've mentioned in a few episodes over the past month, I am telling you right now that this is your time to pick up a Luke from Return of the Jedi. That Mandalorian Luke does not really fit the bill for many collectors anyway, for the gap in Return of the Jedi, because he's more mature. It's a different Luke. It's 5 years later. It's not the same Luke. It's not the same Luke. And really, I don't see them coming out with another Luke Return of the Jedi right now for a really, really long time. Our iteration of this. So if you're looking for a Luke Skywalker right now, I really think, if you could pick one up like a $280, are you kidding me? Wow. Let me grab some coffee. And certainly far more affordable right now to pick up a Luke Skywalker from the Return of the Jedi Knight than it is for the Luke Skywalker A New Hope, which is absolutely on fire. And another one going back to 6scalecantina.com and the biggest mover section. Luke Skywalker that is also on fire within the secondary market is the Endor Luke, and especially the Endor Luke Deluxe, which is also still on the biggest mover section. And you can see it there at a third row, right below the Mud Trooper, which is now starting to trend up. Man, I'm telling you, that Luke Endor Deluxe is hot, hot, hot. And it's a great set. I have that particular figure, but it's so interesting to me, the vast difference on the spectrum. You've got the Luke Jedi Knight so far down, And then you've got that Luke so far up. And really, I understand that there's the fat suit, as I guess we all call it. We have the Luke Jedi Knight. But the Luke Jedi Knight's pretty good. And you can argue that the head sculpt's even better because it's more relaxed, although, I don't know. It also comes with the cape. It's just that a lot of collectors are really going towards that Luke Endor one, which is fabulous. But if you're looking for a Luke Skywalker, Return of the Jedi, now's the time. Because is it possible that this Luke Jedi Knight is going to stay selling in the 200s or even $300 tier range? And I say, no, it's not. Is it possible that this actually goes up back into the $400 tier range sometime before the end of 2022? And I say, yes. Yeah, I really think it will. So now's the time. For sure. Let's go to that Boba Fett Deluxe 40th. So, look, I've been talking a lot about the reissues that came out, such as the Attack of the Clones Yoda, which the Attack of the Clones Yoda now within the secondary market is selling higher than it did before it was reissued. Okay, and then the Darth Vader 40th is very quickly approaching the $400 tier range, back where it was before it got reissued. And will it hit around the 450, 500? I believe that it will eventually. But what about the 40th anniversary Boba Fett Deluxe reissue in this 40th Empire Strikes Back packaging? Well, it's the same story, folks, that's going on. Let's pull up some recent data on this. And I'll try and pull up a bunch here for you. So going up here, and you can see back from November 27th, $360 with 26 bids. Are you kidding me? Not including the $24.35 in shipping, not including taxes. Very good seller. 259 feedback, all 100% positive. Let's go to another one. This Boba Fett 40th Deluxe. And this one going back. And this one sold for just back towards the end of November, $389.99. So $390 this sold for. Free shipping, but not including taxes. Over $400. Outstanding seller. Close over 900, over 9,500 feedback. All 100% positive. Again, another U.S. seller. Are you kidding me? Wow. $390. Let's go to another one. I'm pulling this up onto the screen. And actually, let me go ahead and click on this link here, which will bring me to it. And this is going back also towards the very beginning of December, actually. $375 this sold for. Not including the $26.02 in shipping. It's not free shipping. Not including taxes. So again, well over $400. And another great seller. Wow, over 9,000 feedback, 99.8% positive. Wow. Over and over and over. The 40th anniversary Boba Fett Deluxe. Forget about the vintage color Boba Fett, which is really... Is it possible that that one's actually going to hit where the animated Boba Fett is? And I say yes. But staying on this one's going right back, baby, to where it was, again, before it was reissued. So a very smart reissue by Hot Toys for sure. Because, when it comes to trying to figure out if Hot Toys is going to go ahead and reissue some of these figures that are trending high within the secondary market, they could certainly capitalize on some of the sales that the eBay sellers are capitalizing on. So when you talk about certain figures like that make sense, like the Dark Side Anakin, is it possible that that is going to be something that Hot Toys reissues, even when they've got to concentrate on all the new content that is coming out on Disney Plus? And I say yes, because it's relevant. It's absolutely relevant. And that Dark Side Anakin, which is, I've said it before, it's Darth Vader, baby. It is Darth Vader. The first look of Darth Vader before he had the mask on. Man, you could expect that figure to be reissued in some type of capacity, probably without the base, and something different because that wasn't exclusive. But I'm telling you that that's going to be coming out again. For sure. Let's continue to look at some of these other figures within the biggest mover section. And I'll go back to 6scalecantina.com and to the biggest mover section. And so we went over Luke Skywalker right now, not only the one that was trending up, the farm boy Luke, but the one that's trending down, the Luke Jedi Knight. We just talked about Boba Fett 40th moving up. And we'll go ahead and take a look at where these are sitting within the market value chart in just a few minutes. But look at that Tarkin and Vader A New Hope. Wow. I look at Chewbacca. Also, Chewbacca Original Trilogy. Tarkin and Vader A New Hope Original Trilogy. Wow, everything really in this top 6 besides the Mud Trooper. We're all talking Original Trilogy, baby. Wow. Tarkin and Vader, Mud Trooper trending up. If you're looking for the Mud Trooper, now's the time. Now, because it's starting to move up just like I thought that it would. We're going to get into Cody. We're going to get into some of these other ones going on over here. Let's take a look at some data. Let's go take a look at some of these other ones over here. So let's try and pull up Tarkin and Vader and pull up a recent one. And you can look back just from the end of November. $900 for this set. Are you kidding me? And a U.S. seller, all 100% positive, over 300 feedback. Wow. And I'm not surprised by this because, really what was keeping this 2-pack from hitting where the Han and Chewie was, I guess, was that Vader. But, that Vader, A New Hope Vader is awesome. And what's even more awesome than the A New Hope Vader is the A New Hope Vader that comes in this 2-pack, because it's even more movie accurate than the one that comes by itself. And and that one is trending up. That Vader is trending up and showing signs of trending up more, and has trended up already in 2021. So when you mix that in with Grand Moff Tarkin trending up by itself, it's no wonder that this 2-pack is moving up. And it has moved up on the market value chart. We'll take a look at it in just a minute for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other ones that I was talking to over there. Let's bring this up. Chewbacca from A New Hope. Are you kidding me? And pulling this up on the screen, just back from the 3rd week in November. $491.16, not including the $43.99 in shipping. Really, that this sold for like over, this is really $520, folks, that this sold for, not including shipping, not including taxes. Outstanding seller, close to 3,000 feedback, all 100% positive. And is it possible that the Force Awakens Chewbacca is also showing signs once again of trending up as well? And I say yes. Just like that Force Awakens R2-D2 is showing signs and is trending up as well. Very, very interesting stuff indeed. And, looking more on that biggest mover section, and I will bring this up because you saw Leia Endor on there, and you saw the Leia and Wicket, which is trending up. And here is another one that just sold at the beginning of December here, just really a few days ago. $300 and $14.99. Are you kidding me? Because this is not even including the $22.79 in shipping and not including taxes from another outstanding seller with close to 1,600 feedback. Again, US seller, 100% positive. Wow. I was telling you about this, Leia, and I was telling you about the Bespin, Leia, to move on it. Right now, actually, these are selling more, the Bespin Leia, or this and the Endor Leia than the Jedi Knight Luke. Get the Jedi Luke now if you have it budgeted and you have the money allocated. You've been looking for Luke. I'm telling you, that figure is going to go back into the 400s. Let's continue to move on some data here. It's some crazy stuff. And then we'll go to the market value chart. And of course, people always ask me about this one. The Emperor on the throne, hot, 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 within the value where it is, the low $600 tier range. Is this figure going to hit the $700 tier range next year? I believe that it will. More often than not, it is selling in the high 500s or $600 tier range or high 600s. You could look back from here just from the third week of November. $589.39. But again, $65 in shipping. So put, $610 basically for this particular figure. Wow. And you know what else is showing signs of going up, even though it doesn't come with the throne, is the regular version of this Emperor. And pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see right here, back from November 28th, $405. Wow. Not including the $18.35 in shipping, not including taxes. And you have collectors that are willing to buy this version without that awesome chair. Now, that could be for space purposes or whatnot, but that chair does fit really, really well into a DTOF. And you have to wonder, just how high can the Emperor go from Return of the Jedi? Man, I think it's going to go really, really high, folks. You're going to start seeing this Emperor without the chair go for, Count Dooku and Krennic prices real soon. And the one with the chair, forget about it. Is it possible that one, the Deluxe with the chair, is going to breach the $700 tier range sometime before the end of 2022? And I say, yes, it absolutely is. And that's absolutely crazy for sure. Let's continue to look down, keep going down this list on some of these other ones. It's absolutely crazy. And people are asking me, what's going on with Rey? Rey is hot. What's going on with Cody? Cody's hot. What's going on with Kylo Ren from The Last Jedi? It is not. What's going on with Dark Side Anakin? It's moving up. Pull up for you here a couple of Reys. Rey. Yeah, just this sold for right back at the beginning of December. The Hawk Wars Toys, outstanding seller. And I've gotten quite a few figures from Rey at Hawk Wars Toys. And he had this really, really reasonable and under the secondary market price. $310, best offer accepted. Usually, you can get $5 or $10, but not including the $23 in shipping. Continually just sells and moving up in that low $300 tier range, pulling up another Rey and Dio. It just keeps selling and selling. And this one also sold right for the beginning of December. $314.99, not including the $27.08 in shipping, not including taxes. Another great seller, Cyber MX, over 11,000 feedback, all 100% positive. And the reason that these continue to sell, these Rey and Dios, at these prices US, is because this figure they just did not make very many of this figure. And what you have to do when you project this forward is you have to look at where the Last Jedi Ray is, which is really, really high and higher than this right now. And of course, the Ray and BB-8 set. And both of those were way more mass produced than this Ray and Dio. And this Ray and Dio, for many collectors, is far superior than either of those. So when you try and estimate a future grail, you have to project forward 24, 36, 48 months down the road. And when you talk about this character and this particular figure, 2, 3, 4 years down the road, especially with Daisy Ridley getting signed back to Star Wars with Favreau and Filoni to set up some of the things that they're going to set up for the future and retcon some of the things that they're going to do and use the quote-unquote Snyder Cut version, if you will, of Rise of Skywalker, which they'll announce at Celebration next year with more detail coming out for 2023. You have to wonder what this figure can look like in 24 to 48 months. And let me tell you, if you're asking me if this will be a $400-$500 tier range figure, if it's possible, I say absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, if you have it budgeted, you really like this Ray, should you pay around 300, 310, 315, 320, 330, 340 for this figure? And I say yes, because you won't be able to in the years to come. It'll be higher than the Last Jedi Ray, and it will be a future grail. For sure. Dark Side Anakin is starting to move up again. And is it possible that this figure will breach the $700 tier range once again? And it's showing signs that it absolutely will. You can go back here from November 21st with 35 bids, $690 with free shipping, not including taxes. Very, very good seller. 99% positive, almost 1,200. Let's go to another one. And here's another Dark Side Anakin, Darth Vader. Sold for $700, best offer accepted. Even if you want to go ahead and take $25 off of that, say $675, but not including the $27.95 in shipping, not including taxes, not a whole lot of feedback, but 29 and 100% positive. Wow. And you have to wonder, not only is it possible that this can go over the $700 tier range, but you have to wonder if this will go back over the $800 tier range. And really, I think it will if they don't reissue this figure in some capacity. And I really think that they're going to. Whether it comes in a 2-pack, like that Nightmare Batman and Dark Suit Superman, it sounds very, very reasonable to do something like that with the upcoming Obi-Wan series to capitalize off this. It would make a lot of sense for me to do this. That's why I actually think the Alec Guinness, A New Hope Obi-Wan Kenobi, even with the Obi-Wan Kenobis that are going to be coming out for the new Obi-Wan series, I do believe that that one is going to get reissued in some capacity. And I believe that this one will be as well. Because they're both relevant to those. And these will be like novelty items. And you have to wonder, is it possible that this Dark Side Anakin, if it does get reissued in some capacity, whether without the base or however they're going to do it, maybe in a 2-pack, is it going to sit in stock like when this first came out, when it was during the sequel era and not even anyone went to go see the Solo movie? And I say no. It won't sit in stock. It'll sell quick. I mean, if they don't reissue this, not only will this hit the $800 tier range, it'll probably hit the $900 tier range. Are you kidding me? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So let's actually go to the market value chart at 6scalecantina.com. And remember, whenever you go to the market value chart, you can go to that little search box and type in whatever figure you want, and it'll just pop up the value. Or you can go into the current value column, hit the arrows within the current value column twice, a couple times, and then you'll get the highest ranked figures to the lowest ranked figures from top to bottom. That might make it easier for you to navigate. But let's take a look at some of these. Han and Chewie steady. MMS 263 at $900. But that is showing signs of raising up again. We'll have to keep an eye on it to see if that breaks the $1,000 tier range. If you watch some of my insider videos, you will know that the Dark Jedi thinks that this figure, this set, will breach the $1,000 tier range very, very shortly. But let's look at Tarkin and Vader, since we were talking about that in this episode. $840 now and trending up. So the big news here is this set has breached the $800 tier range, and not only breached it, it smashed through it, baby, at $840. Wow. Someone was just asking me this week about the DX07. And yeah, the exclusive one with the Vader helmet's actually sitting at $5 over the $700 tier range. And even if they come out with that new Bespin Luke, which I believe that they will, if you check out my Aries Tarrington show from this week with Brother Cousins, you will know that that's one of the figures, one of the locks that I have for 2022, before the end of 2022, to get an official announcement. But I still think that this Luke Bespin DX07 will be relevant, even if that comes out, because those head sculpts are still really, they hold up today. And when they come out with the new Bespin Luke, it's not going to be those head sculpts. And if you're a Cantina insider, you'll get some of the analysis and heightened thoughts that I talk about when it comes to the future of Hot Toys, not only the next year, the next few years, but what about the next decade? What about decades to come? And you definitely want to go ahead and check that out if that interests you. And I think that there is some collectability with that DX07. For sure. There's your Dark Side Anakin right below that. Now $686 and trending up. $14 away from breaching the $700 tier range yet once again. Wow. Absolutely crazy indeed. Let's continue to go down this list here. And let me show you a couple of things. And one of the ones that is really, really interesting to me is the Luke I spoke to you about before. But before we get to Luke, let's check out Leia and Wicket, because I talked about the Leia and Wicket and also the Leia Endor by itself. Now $474 and trending up, just $26 away for the $500 tier range. Right below that is Chewbacca from A New Hope, MMS 262, $473 and rising. Wow. Are you kidding me? Absolutely insane. But look at the one I want to point out over here. Here is Luke A New Hope. Now $432 and trending up. Are you kidding me? Wow. Luke is hot. Luke is hot. For sure. You see Commander Cody right below him at $431 and trending up. And that figure continues to remain hot. Listen, I've already spoke about that. That figure will be a $500 tier range figure in 2022, for sure. Mark it down. Mark it down. Here's your Emperor from Return of the Jedi. MMS 467. Now $393 and rising. Just $7 away from breaching the $400 tier range. And look at what's right neck and neck with it. And I spoke about this few episodes. The heavy infantry Mandalorian, which is on fire, baby. And one of my top figures of 2022. A lot of people forgot that this actually did get released in 2021. And that this figure got released in 2021, back on January 1st or January 3rd. And one of my top Star Wars releases for 2021 for sure. Again, go back and watch my market show live from this past December 4th, when the panel and I reviewed my Aries' top 10 Star Wars Hot Toys releases for 2021. Are you kidding me? This did make the list. Wow. Here's your Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back 40th. $389, trending up $11 away from 400. Wow. And going down a little bit, let me highlight Boba Fett ESB Deluxe 40th. And where's that sitting at that we talked about earlier? $366 and rising. Wow. Remember when that and the Vader were in stock at Sideshow? It seemed like just yesterday. Look, there's that Yoda Attack of the Clones. $348 and steady. Wow. Absolutely crazy. Here's your Ray and Dio. MMS 559, up a buck. $321 and rising high. Wow. And this figure hasn't fluctuated like the Incinerator Trooper did, like the Remnant Trooper did, like the Death Trooper did from the Mandalorian. This figure's for real as far as the value. Of course, made in far less numbers. But I'm just saying. And the last one I want to point out here, if you're looking for a Luke Jedi Knight, MMS 429, will you look at this, please? $313 and trending down, but not for long, baby. I'll give you one more for your benefit. The Mud Trooper, MMS 493, now trending up at $299 and rising. It will breach the $400 tier range again. Why? Because it's on Solo. A. B. It's a trooper. C. They didn't make a whole lot of them. D. Star Wars is hot. And there's going to be interest in this with all the troopers coming out. Clone troopers, OG troopers from these different series. This Mud Trooper looks like an outstanding figure. Keep an eye on the secondary market trends if you're looking for certain stuff, because as the future goes on, unless there's reissues, some of these are going to be absolutely berserk. So I hope you're enjoying the market chart show right now. Please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe here to 6scalecantina.com. .com. You go ahead and bookmark 6scalecantina.com, but subscribe to the 6 Scale Cantina channel here on YouTube. So very much appreciate the support, my friends. For sure. So let's go ahead and go into the next segment. We just finished the biggest movers for this week. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a fun one. And this one's going to be Aries' 2021 top 3 disappointments for 1/6 scale Star Wars. So, yes, end of the year stuff. I told you I was going to have some cool things. Is it possible that even though this will be disappointing, that I'll present it in a positive way? You have to wonder. You know, I don't hold back critiques when it comes to Hot Toys and these 6 scale figures, but I always feel like that there's a positive way that it can be done. But let's go ahead and get into that. So Aries' 2021 top 3 disappointments for 1/6 scale Star Wars. And let me go to the first one. The number one, let's see here if I actually have these ranked, and I do. So I'm going to rank this from 3, 2 to 1. To my number one disappointment to, we'll start with the third most disappointment. And I'll bring this up on the screen. This is an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard. And you have to wonder, am I here because I looked into my Palantir to give you a 2022 Hot Toys prediction? Actually, no. I'm just here to say happy holidays and a very happy new year to everyone in the community and to everyone who watches and is subscribed and a supporter to Six Scale Cantina. Have a great holiday season. But you do have to wonder, do I have some information? Some Star Wars Hot Toys future knowledge that will blow your socks off. That'll make you spill some of this coffee that Aries serves up. I do, but I'm not going to tell you. Stay tuned. Right now, happy holidays and a happy new year. So let's get back to it. Aries' 2021 top 3 disappointments for 1/6 scale Star Wars. And I'll give you my third one and go up to the top disappointment. So let's see. Let me make sure that when I do this time that I don't leave us. There, it looks like I did it right. And there you go. There you go. Yes. Look, the armor. You're saying Aries. That was, yes, it's one of my disappointments. One of my top 3 disappointments. I like the figure. And the figure certainly is a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me, for sure. It's amazing and better than most other figures by anything else, and probably the best armor that you can get for Star Wars out of any collectible company, for sure. For sure, it's awesome. But if I'm going to go ahead and spend, $245, you're not going to give me double jointed elbow joints and knee joints. You're going to give me single jointed. We're going to go back to the dark ages with this. You're also going to give me 2 Phillips head screws on the bottom of the feet. And I'm spending $245. What is this, a Black Series figure? What I don't know. I'm getting screws on the bottom of the feet. And I understand that you can't see them. But for me to spend $245, I'm disappointed. And am I negative about this figure? No. I mean, I look for a deal on it, and I would certainly get it, and I think it's a good figure. I think it's the best armor you can get on the market. But I'm disappointed that they had to rush it this fast, and they couldn't take the time like they do with most other of their figures, and not have the screws showing on the bottom when you're spending $245. This is a premium figure. This is a premium figure. And why in the world are we not getting double joints? Double joint. I just don't. I'm disappointed in that. And am I going to get this figure? Probably. Did I get this figure yet? No. I'm going to do my collection tour for Star Wars Hot Toys. It's the first one I'm going to give you. You're not going to see this one in it, probably. I mean, am I never not going to get? No. I'm not excited about getting this with knowing what I'm getting for the value. I'm just saying. But still, do I rank this high? Of course I rank it high. I rank that's what I'm saying. If you're ever going to join me and watch my unboxings, they're all amazing. So you can't really get objective with these Hot Toys. They're all good. Even the ones that we hate the most. I mean, Hot Toys does a great job, but I feel like they missed a boat with screws and the body on this for sure. All right, my second most disappointment for 2021. Oh, Aries, why are you disappointed in this? It's not so much the release. I'm actually not disappointed in the release because it actually gives me hope for a Tauntaun, baby. Said Tauntaun, pause for some Tauntaun juice. Or is this Tauntaun milk? You have to wonder. What I'm disappointed in is $315 for this. $315 for this. $315 for this. Let me say it one more time. $315 $15 for this. $265 for this in 40th anniversary packaging with this. Are you kidding me? But you're going to charge me $315 for that. It's great. I actually might get Quill in the blurg. I actually might get it. But I'm disappointed in the price. So there you go. That's my second disappointment for this year. Still a great release. Gives me hope for a Tauntaun. Might get the Quill and blurg. So that the armor so far. What's my number one disappointment for 2021? You have to wonder. But let's pull it up on the screen without further ado. All I'm going to say on this, it did not go as I have hoped. Number one disappointment for this year. Hoping next year is better. Hoping things are corrected even more. Let's just go ahead and leave it at that. Yeah. Come on. Let's get into the third and last segment. New waitlist alerts. New waitlist alerts. Let's get to it, baby. And I'm going to go to Sideshow here, but I'm going to sort everything out best-selling wise, just Star Wars Hot Toys. And sorting it out, as I said, best-selling wise. And let's go over some of the things here. You know what's funny? When you still sort this out best-selling wise for as hot as that Spider-Man movie is, and that is hot, baby. It is hotter than July. The number one selling figure, though, is still Clone Trooper Jesse. And who's Jesse? Star Wars on a different planet right now. It's on a different plane. The black clouds from during the sequel controversy have washed away. And if you got Clone Trooper Jesse right now selling more than all those Spider-Man figures, you have to wonder if Hot Toys is going to put out a bunch more clones. Boy, oh boy. So here's a waitlist alert, some new ones. I've already went over a lot of these with you, but here's something I want to point out as we conclude this episode that's going to blow your mind. And I pointed this out at my live show. Actually, it was backstage after the live show from this past Saturday, December 4th. And, we talk about how low the quarter scale Mandalorians are. And, Moff Gideon. I want to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Look at Quill. Look at the Mandalorian and the blurg. Look at the blurg. Look at the Jet Troopers. The Jet Troopers are selling more than Quill. The Jet Troopers are selling more than the Mandalorian and the blurg. The Jet Troopers are selling more than the blurg. Sip your coffee and think on that for a minute. Now, Quill and the blurg are higher. They're kind of like right above the quarter scale Mandalorian. Not great, but higher than those. But just like I was telling you as a collector, I'm thinking about actually, if I'm going to get Quill, I might get the blurg. I have a curio that I use, and this would actually fit in the bottom shelf. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that. If I'm going to get Quill, I'm actually thinking I'll probably get him with the blurg, maybe. I'm not thrilled at $545, but I mean, I love Star Wars. But if you're wondering how much remember I told you about how many people like Aries are crazy. That Ray and Dio is going to be at the bargain bin on Sideshow for Spooktacular. Well, it's not even waitlist open anymore. It's waitlist full. You see it right over here. Hot Toys Wizard has given me some of this information. It's not been wrong yet. Is it possible where you had the heavy infantry Mandalorian just go on waitlist before it ever got in stock? And you had this Ray and Dio, which basically after 3 weeks of being in stock went on waitlist. You have to wonder how many of these blurgs by itself do you think Hot Toys is going to manufacture in comparison to this Ray? How about the OG Mandalorian and blurg in comparison to this Ray? What about even this quill in comparison to this Ray? What about those 3 figures I just mentioned, blurg, Mandalorian and blurg and quill, when you compare it to the Jet Troopers, which they're having trouble getting rid of? And really, when you look at the transport trooper and the assault tank commander, and especially this Moff Gideon, I have a strange feeling on this Moff Gideon, on this quill, on the OG Mandalorian and the blurg, on this blurg, that you can be. I put red alerts on all of those figures that I've just mentioned right here. Because there's no way in the world, especially with Hot Toys moving towards a mechanism where they are absolutely coming out with more figures, but limited production. There is no way in the world that they're going to overproduce those figures that I just brought up, the blurg, the Mandalorian and the blurg. Quill, Moff Gideon. Are you kidding me? Red alerts on those. If those are figures that are near and dear to your heart and there's no way you're going to miss out on them, may I suggest that when those final production photos go out, if they fit your bill, be ready. Because I just don't see Sideshow going, yeah, just give me a bunch of those to sit in our warehouses. Forget about sitting in the ports waiting to fulfill orders. I just don't see it, folks. New waitlist alerts from the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington. It's kind of scary when you got figures like that are not selling better than the Jet Troopers. Are you kidding me? Please go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed the content. And please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I so very much appreciate your support. And if you like what you heard here today and you would like some, expanded analysis or perhaps some heightened thoughts, you may want to consider becoming a Cantina insider. All you got to do is click on that little join button in the channel, in YouTube channel, 6 Scale Cantina. See everything that it comes with. If you think you could benefit from it, you may want to consider joining. Now, if you're looking for a preview of what you're going to get, you can actually go to 6scalecantina.com. Let's actually go to it right now. And all you got to do when you get to 6scalecantina.com is just scroll down a little bit from the homepage. And you'll see this little teal bar on the right side where it says Cantina Insider Join Today. And here's just a small sampling of some of the video banners that are up, like this Rex unboxing. Are you kidding me? You got to see the Lando unboxing I just put up on the insiders. It's great. What goes inside the chart? You get some inner inside information on how I go ahead and calculate and tabulate a lot of the stuff for the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys. The Wizard in person, yes, the Hot Toys Wizard has hosted a show. Is it possible that the Hot Toys Wizard is getting set to host another show? And I say Yes. At least that is what he's telling me. See Grogu at the NWO. What's that all about? Future Grails. Again, you can see on there, and you can just click on that button as well, and it'll take you to the channel and the join button. Again, if you think you could benefit from it, you may want to consider becoming a Cantina insider for sure. I will be live this coming Saturday again at 6 p.m. Eastern with the Market Show Live. And I will be coming with live and raw, a few of them very, very soon. I think this coming Monday, I probably will be like Monday, December 13th. Subscribe so you get the notification. There's going to be a few live and raws before the end of the year. And then also follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, because if I'm going to go live and raw with the Market Show Live or anything, I'm going to put that up on there. So if you follow me on the social media, Facebook and Instagram, if you follow me, if you subscribe to me here, you'll know what's going to happen. You know, are we going to get that Ahsoka from the Clone Wars before the end of the year? Are we going to get that release of the Clone Wars Maul? Are we possibly going to get that 2-pack of Boba Fett? Are we going to get some other figures that are going to come out of nowhere? You have to wonder. And is that going to prompt a live and raw? Again, follow me on the social media, subscribe to me here so you get those notifications on what is going on. Also, check me out this week. I'm going to be on Brother Cousin's live show, his first live show this coming Thursday. So look for me on there. Really looking forward to that. I'll be on Dante's live show this coming Friday as well. But again, Market Show Live this Saturday. You absolutely don't want to miss it. December 11th, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a hot one, baby. Remember, many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. Stay thirsty, my friends.